Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Clientology Daily Insights. Today, we are going to take a little bit of a tangent and we're going to talk about hiring clientology consultants. So, for those of you watching this, if you have somebody that you think would be a good fit, please feel free to share the video with us, or sorry, with them, and ask them to tell us who recommended that they talk to us. We love to reward and thank those who help us. So we are hiring clientology consultants. I'll get into that role in a second, and I appreciate any introductions you can make. So for our team, we want the go-getters, the natural leaders, people who are self-starters, and more importantly, they're naturally curious about others. We're looking for motivated individuals who enjoy serving others. You must be willing to learn. You must be flexible. And above all else, you must be team players who value building authentic relationships. So, we're not going to talk about who we don't want because that's just there so that people can say, well, that's me. I'm not going to go this way. Um, what I would say is a lot of people show up to the job interviews trying to be who they think the company wants them to be. The reality is either you're fit for our organization or not. Um, no amount of talking will get you through the door and keep you here if you're not one of these things. If you are not a relationship builder, if you don't like people, you will not like our company. I promise you. So, what I'm going to say here is if you're not firmly in the category of who we want, please don't waste your time and energy applying because even if we do give you a chance, even if we do hire you, I promise you, you're not going to last. You will get frustrated because everything we do is about building relationships. If you don't like that or if that doesn't resonate with you, you will not enjoy your job. You'll move on. And the other thing, our mission is to help local businesses. We care deeply about local businesses and about community. If those things aren't important to you, you won't enjoy the organization. So I just share that because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to be frustrated with us because if we hire you and you're not a fit, you're going to go out to the world and tell everyone we're a terrible place to work. We want to be fair to one another and we want to make sure only those who will succeed are invited to join us. So the clientology consultant role, it's a junior sales role. Now, backing up half a step, under who we want, um, if we had a perfect vision, it is somebody who is starting their career, that maybe they've just graduated high school, maybe they're in university or college. And the reason I say that is we want people who are completely blank slate. They're willing to learn our methodology and apply it. Now, if you're older and you're still open to learning, then we don't care. We're happy to have you. Now, one thing I'll say is I personally have a bias. I love helping military families. So if you're a military spouse and your challenge is you bounce around from base to base and you don't have a good resume, we have a home for you. Same with military veterans. One of my friends who is a military veteran and is now in a sales role is he said, Jeff, I asked him why he thinks he'd be good fit for sales. And he said, Jeff, I'm used to literally being shot at while on duty, while conducting my role in the military. I think sales would be much easier because, most days nobody's shooting at me. So the reality is, I love the grit of military veterans and I support the military. I thank them for their service. And again, the last thing I want to say is if you're older, maybe you're semi retired, but you feel you have some good years left in you and you really want to add value and you want to have an impact on your community, we're open to that conversation as well. All we ask is that you be open to learning and you be willing to use the technology that we use. So, a junior sales role, so the clientology consultants are responsible for conducting clarity calls and strategy sessions. And the sole purpose of these calls is to determine if a prospect is, in fact, a perfect prospect and if they're fit to work with clientology. So when we look at our salespeople, this is where we run into problems with traditionally trained salespeople. Traditional salespeople, their entire focus is how do I close the deal? They're talking about overcoming objections. They're trying to figure out the techniques and the strategies. Honestly and bluntly, it's manipulative. We're not looking for manipulative people. We're looking for sincere, genuine people who care about the people they serve. And we want people who believe that sales is the greatest, highest form of service. It's something we do for our prospects, not something we do to them. If you believe that sales is something you do to someone, we are not a fit. So we want to see if people are a fit between what we do and the sole role of the clarity call. And we have a format for that. We have a procedure for it. The clarity call is to very quickly identify the person's needs and see if we have a solution for their needs. If they are, the sole purpose of the clarity call then is to see if they're fit. And if they are, we recommend a strategy session. If they're not a fit, we give them some resources, we wish them well, and send them on their way. Now, the reason we do that is if they're not a fit and we explain to them why, they'll bring friends along that might be a better fit. And again, the strategy session is the assumption is they are a fit to work with us. At the strategy session, we're determining how we can work with them. So it is consultative. You will be trained in this. And I mean this sincerely. They get value from both calls because we've helped them get some clarity in their business. So whether they work together with us or not, they will leave with value. So you will report to the client support representative. That is the management role for your role. And ultimately, the goal is that we promote within. So if you want advancement, you would advance to that role. As I said, there's no qualifications required. It is truly entry level, and we will do the training. If you have sales experience, that's okay. Just know that we're going to probably be contrary to everything you've learned. We're not here to push something on someone. We're here to extend an invitation, and if it's a fit, they'll join. So the only skills you really need are you have to be able to interact easily with others, and you should be comfortable or familiar with video conferencing tools. At this point, as of this recording, we use Zoom, but you should be comfortable with the best of the best out there. And personal attributes, you should be naturally curious and you must be comfortable asking questions. We're going to probe deep. We're going to ask some questions about people's pain, their goals, their hopes, their aspirations, their fears. You need to be comfortable with that. This is not surface level, matching a solution with a simple problem. This is diving deep to help them understand their business. Again, you'll be trained, so we're not looking for experience. We just need curiosity and comfort. Most of our roles require, as a key success factor, the ability to build authentic relationships with our clients and our prospects. Now, you'll know you're successful when your clients start bringing you introductions and referring. You'll really know you've got there when your prospects, even if they don't become a client, start referring people to you. Now, in this role, your responsibilities are two things. Number one, you need to conduct clarity calls. And number two, you need to conduct strategy sessions. So again, we're looking for fit. We will train you on how to recognize fit. We will train you on how to conduct the calls, but you must follow a proven system where we're screening and qualifying perfect prospects. Again, we don't want to find that square peg for a round hole. We want to make sure everyone's a perfect fit. Now, last but not least, this benefits you. We're going to teach you, this will be an ongoing training, how to manage ongoing relationships. Most sales roles, you close the deal, you move on, and you're always hunting for the next prospect. We don't believe in that. That's not our view. We don't do paid advertising. We don't do marketing. Everything we do is word of mouth and referral. So we're going to teach you the skills you need to build relationships to get referrals. Now, the tools that you're going to interact with the most will be some email platform. Right now, we use Google Mail, some calendar platform. Again, we use Google for that. Calendly is our scheduling tool. We love it. We're open to others, but right now it's the best one. You'll also use LinkedIn and Zoom. Now, depending where you are and what you do, you may want to use other platforms like LinkedIn, sorry, not LinkedIn, Facebook or Instagram. Those are entirely optional. We will provide support and training, but our main focus is business to business. So LinkedIn is our preferred method. Now, if you have a proof or a concept that you want and you believe we should be exploring other avenues, we're open to it. But for now, these are the tools we know work. So we put most of our effort into the tools that work. And the last thing here is key performance indicators. How do you know you're successful? And we use a concept called the Net Promoter Score to measure client satisfaction. And we also measure client retention. So the goal is not to close the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. The goal is to build long-term relationships that bring you a steady stream of deals. So we'll teach you how to do that. And we do that through 5x5 daily success habits. And I'm just going to run through these because if you're not comfortable with these, you're not going to like this job. The 5 most important things you can and should do every day. And I say every day, but for the record, I mean every work day. This is a completely flexible role. If you want to work 1 day a week, you can. If you want to work 7 days a week, you can. But for every day, you need to comment on 5 relevant LinkedIn posts per day. You're engaging with people that will either be perfect prospects or strategic partners. Number 2, you need to connect with potential perfect profits. Sorry, 5 potential perfect prospects per day. Sorry, too much alliteration there. So your activity is connecting with those potential prospects. The more you want to make, the more you do, but 5 is the recommended minimum. Next, you want to invite 5 potential attendees per day to our networking events. So you're going to be collaborating, you're going to work with one of our networking event hosts, you're going to invite your 5 candidates, attendees per day. Number 4, you're going to connect with 5 key strategic partners per week. We have a process we teach. We expect you to follow it. And in that process, you will have a minimum of 11 key strategic partners who help you grow your business. You help them. And when we say connect with them, that might mean that you connect with the same 5 people every week. It might mean you connect with different ones, but the key is you're building a long-term relationship. So you should have regular interaction with your key strategic partners. We'll provide the collateral, we'll provide the templates, we'll provide the training, but you must connect with 5 key strategic partners per week. And then the final 5x5 daily success habit is we believe in measuring and improving. So we require that you update your tracking spreadsheet 5 times per week. So assuming you're working 5 days a week, you would update it daily. If you're only working 1 day a week, obviously you'd only update it once per week, but this is on the assumption of a full-time consultant. And by the way, full-time is what you decide it is. Literally, if you're following the 5x5, a full-time role, you're going to spend about an hour a day doing the 5 daily success habits. And then beyond that, you're going to spend 15 minutes per clarity call that you book, 15 to 30, absolute maximum 30. And you're going to spend 45 to 60 minutes per strategy session. And by the way, when we talk about closing rates and things like that, we've put steps in so that by the time somebody gets to a strategy session, they know what it costs, they know what we can do for them. It's helping them come up with their actual plan. And if they agree that the plan works for them, we'll work together. So really, truly, you should expect that, this is imperfect world, 80 to 100% of your strategy sessions should generate clients. Now, our expectation for you is at the start, 1 in 5 will become a client. So that's, again, you're not competing against anyone else. This is like golf. You're just competing against yourself. The tracking spreadsheet is for you and it's for us to help you. So you should be striving to improve. Now, we are unique. We offer unlimited compensation. And the reason I say unlimited, we want you to succeed. The more value you bring to the company, the more we will pay you. So your base salary is an hourly rate based on experience and your net promoter score. We mentioned that earlier. And when I say experience, I mean experience within clientology. The longer you've been here, the more successes you've had, the more you will make. Now, for the record, if you've been here a long time and you haven't had successes, something went wrong. We missed something, you missed something. So, our goal is that everybody will be a long term employee or contractor and will succeed. So, if you're around for a long time, we will pay you accordingly, assuming you're getting results, and the net promoter score will tell us that exactly. Now, the other thing is bonuses are based on meeting your daily objectives and your net promoter score. So, the more consecutive days you meet your objectives, the higher your bonus. The higher your net promoter score, the higher your bonus. So, we truly want to pay you as much as you're willing to put into the company. If you're one of those gung ho ambitious people who wants to work 100-hour weeks, assuming you're following the system and doing the things we do, we'd love to pay you lots and lots of money. Now, if you're only working 1 day a week, I can't promise you're going to make lots and lots and lots of money, but I can promise you you'll make more money than if you were to do most other things. So again, we love compensating people who deliver results. Now, I've shared it before, I'll just share it here quickly. Our hiring philosophy is really simple. We're an equal opportunity employer, and we look for people with good hearts. Everyone with a good heart gets a chance. If you care about others, we'd love to help you. And our main motto is treat everyone as you would like to be treated. So we treat people with respect. We are open and honest, and we're candid. We expect the same. And the other thing, we're not going to hire somebody that becomes your boss and you have to train them. We only promote from within. So you will not find us looking for people online for senior people. We are always recruiting for our entry level positions. And based on your performance, we will work with you when we hire you. First thing we do is we conduct a strategic plan with you to figure out where your career aspirations are. If you want to get promoted, we'll find ways to get you there. If you just want to stay at a certain level and make more money, we'll find a way to get you there. So we promote from within. Every role, you know exactly what it takes to get to the role above you. Um, and we offer the training that gets you there. Aside from the early training, which I'll talk about in a minute, all of our training is paid. Now, the next thing and the final thing that's probably you're waiting to hear, what's the next step? Our hiring process is deliberately simple. We ask that you join one of our online communities, either our LinkedIn group or our Facebook group. The links are below. It doesn't matter which one you join, and you won't get extra points if you join both. We monitor both. We post the same things in both. All you'll miss is, if a participant posts in one, you're not going to see it, but you will see the same content from us, regardless of which group you're in. So step one is join at least one of our online communities. Step two is introduce yourself to the group with a short video. In that video, we want to know a few things. So number one, who are you? Just tell us a little bit about you and share what you're most passionate about in life. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What excites you? And then we want to know why you think clientology would be a fit for you. And then from that, we want to know why you think you'd be a fit for clientology in general. And then specifically why you think you'd be a fit for the clientology consultant role. So when you introduce yourself, you should say something, your subject line should be applying for role name. So you might say applying for clientology consultant. That way we can quickly and easily find it. But if you forget, don't worry, we're smart, we'll figure it out. So step two is introduce yourself, and it's got to be video because everything we do is on video. If you're not comfortable on video, it's not going to work. And for the record, we don't care what your background is. We don't care. All we ask is that you be in a place where we can hear you, we're not hearing a whole bunch of noise, and just pay a little attention to lighting so that we can see you, because it's kind of weird when you get a video and all you see is somebody's teeth as they talk. If the background's too dark, we can't see the people we're interviewing. And not that that matters, but we want to see your smiles, we want to see your shiny faces, we want to see your excitement for the role. So do the video. Step 3 is complete initial 3-hour training and certification. Now, the first question I always get from people is, but why would I do this training? Why am I not getting paid for it? The reality is, at this point, we don't know if you're a fit. You don't know if we want to work with you or you with us. So we ask that people do the 3-hour training, and this honestly screens out the people who are not qualified. Now, if you are qualified, I'll talk about an onboarding bonus at the end, but we're asking that you invest some time in us. We're going to invest some time in you. And the 3-hour training, this is not unique to us. If you decide we're not a fit, the training will give you valuable skills that you can take into your career going beyond. So this is a mutual investment. We're giving you our best training. You're giving us 3 hours of your life. Now, the next step is we do ask that all of our candidates participate in one of our networking events. So you should be willing to participate. That is another hour of your time. And again, whether you work with us or not, you're going to meet some people that will help you in your career. So far you've invested 4 hours. We've invested some time with you as well. The next step is we have an interview to see if you should join our team. This is an hour-long interview, and it's not one of those fluffy, we're going to ask you weird questions sort of interview. This is a bona fide, are we a fit to work together? And is this the best role for you? So at the end of the call, we're either going to invite you to join our team as a clientology consultant, or we're going to decide we're not a fit, and we'll share other options with you as to, if you still want to be in the clientology world, how we can collaborate. Again, if we don't select you, don't be offended. We're looking for very, very specific people with very, very specific people skills. Now, on the call, you're going to get an invitation, and we usually give people 48 hours to ponder it, think about it, talk it over with significant others. We don't want anyone to take the job without thinking about it. So you're not going to be pressured to give us an answer on the spot, but assuming you accept our invitation, within 48 hours of acceptance, we'll schedule a second meeting to discuss logistics, additional training, onboarding. And once you've completed the onboarding successfully, and we have a process and we have a certification, once you've completed that, we have a $250 bonus that we pay immediately. So as soon as you're done, you're onboarded, and we do that to compensate you for the time you spent researching us and finding out if we're fit. And we also do it because we want to ensure that you are successful and you feel valued. Now, this is just our onboarding bonus. We have other bonuses, but I hope this gives you the information you need. So if you're looking for a role in clientology as one of our junior salespeople, if you're willing to become a consultant and help people, click on one of the links below and follow the steps. Thank you.